Hello, and welcome to this yoga class designed to gently stretch through your hips and your lower back. When you're ready, we're going to start on all fours, tabletop position. Wrists directly under your shoulders. Bring your knees under your hips and spread your fingers really nice and wide. And we're going to take a slightly different variation of tabletop today. So bring the big toes together to touch and walk your knees out a little bit wider than your hips. It's almost as if you're about to sit back into child's pose, but we're going to be keeping the shoulders over the wrists. And what this does is it just starts to gently open into the hips and into the lower back. And on your next inhale, dip the belly down, reach the chest forward, look forward, and tilt the pelvis so that the tailbone is pointing up towards the sky. And as you exhale, press into the hands and shins and round into the back. Keep going for a few more rounds of cat-cow. And if you find that you don't like this sort of modified tabletop position with the knees wide, that's totally okay. You can always walk the shins back in parallel. Whatever is working for you and your body. And just keep moving with the rhythm of your breath, arching and rounding the back. Really feeling in to what your body has for you today without judgment. And when you're ready, bring your spine back to a neutral position. Walk the knees back in under the hips and bring the shins parallel. Toes are pointing directly back behind you. And then step the left foot out wide. Sole of the foot is flat on the floor and the toes are pointing forward. So you want to make sure the heel of that left foot is grounded down into the floor. And then when you're ready, perhaps you gently rock back and forward a couple of times, feeling into that left inner thigh, left hip. Now keep the left leg where it is, bring wrists back under shoulders, plant the right hand down on the floor, make sure those fingers are spread really nice and wide, and then lift the left hand up, twisting to the left, maybe looking up at that left thumb, or keep the head in line with the chest, your choice. And as you breathe here, really focus on turning from the waist, so we're finding a little movement in the lower back here. And come back to your breath. And then drop the left hand back to the floor next to the right and start to walk the left foot forward, bringing it in between the hands, coming into a low lunge position with the right knee on the floor. And you can pad your knee like I have here if you need. You could use a folded blanket or you could fold your mat over one time. Find your foundation here, foot planted on the floor. And then once you feel strong and steady, start to rise up, shoulders over hips, clasp your hands together and rest them on the left thigh. And as you inhale, feel that stretch along the front of the right thigh. And as you exhale, you might like to rock forward and back a couple of times here in your low lunge. So we're really moving into all parts of both hips here. The right hip is in extension, perhaps feeling the stretch along the front of the right thigh. And the left hip is in flexion. You might feel a stretch perhaps along the back of that left glute as you rock forward. And don't be afraid to bring your left knee, beyond your left toes. That really helps to build resilience in the knee, but only going to a place you don't want to feel any pain, only going as far as is comfortable for you. Now on your next inhale, left knee back over left ankle. Bring your fingertips back to the floor, either side of the left foot, and start to sit your hips back, straightening out the left leg. You may need to shuffle your left foot forward a little bit so that you can keep your hip over your right knee. And then lift the left toes up off the mat, ground the left heel into the floor. Keep a little micro bend in that left knee so you're not fully straightening it out, especially if you have a tendency to hyperextend. As you inhale, reach your chest forward, look forward. And as you exhale, maybe you round into the back, allowing the nose to come towards left knee. And keep actively pressing that left heel into the floor. So you're finding a little activity in the hamstring as it's stretching. Inhale to lift the head back up. Plant the left foot on the floor and step the left leg back to meet the right. Bring the big toes together to touch. Walk the knees out wide. Sit your hips back onto your heels. Walk your hands forward. Rest your chest towards the floor. Forehead might touch down. And come back to your breath here in child's pose, finding a moment of stillness. On your next inhale, look up between your hands, rise back up to all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Step your right foot out to the side, sole of the foot is flat on the floor, toes pointing forward just like we did on the other side. And once you're there, gently rock forward and back a couple of times. Tune into any sensations in your right hip as you move, nice and slowly. Keep the right leg where it is. Bring shoulders back over wrists. Make sure that left shoulder is over the left wrist as you lift the right hand up to the sky, twisting to the right. Really try to think about this movement coming from the waist so that you're turning the chest open and feeling it perhaps in that lower back. Breathe deeply here. And on your next exhale, lower right hand to the floor, next to left. Start to walk that right foot forward, up between your hands for low lunge, padding the left knee if you need to. Take a moment to find your foundation here, and then press into the right foot as you rise up, shoulders stacked over hips, clasp the hands and rest them on the right leg. And just like we did on the other side, you may like to rock forward and back here, noticing any sensations in the hips or the thighs. And perhaps you notice if there's any difference between the two sides. And if they feel exactly symmetrical, well, you're an exceptional human being indeed. But for most of us, especially in the hips, they're so asymmetrical. As we move through our lives, we use them in different ways, the two sides. Getting in and out of a car, for example. Press into the right foot, stack the right knee back over right ankle, and lower your fingertips to the floor, either side of that right foot. And then start to walk your hands back towards your left knee, bringing the right leg towards straight, maybe shuffling that foot forward a couple of inches as you lift the right toes up, pressing the right heel into the floor. And then your next inhale, lift your chest, look forward, try and flatten out your back. And exhale to fold. Allow the back to naturally round. Allow the head to be heavy. And just like the other side, keeping a slight micro bend in that right knee, actively press your right heel into the floor. On your next inhale, rise up, bend your right knee and step your right leg back to meet your left. We'll come into a cross-legged seat now, so take your time to get there. There's no rush. And once you're there, rest your hands on your knees and start to circle a couple of times, circling the torso over the hips. And keep these circles nice and slow. Really tune in to what you're feeling as you're moving. And when you're ready, circle in the opposite direction. And then press into your hands, lift yourself back up to center, shoulders stacked over the hips. Bring your fingertips out in front of you, in front of your shins, and then start to walk your hands away, folding over your legs. On an inhale, actively press your fingers into the ground and almost as if you're trying to pull them back, but they're going to stay where they are. Find a little resistance to flatten out the back, bring the chest forward, and then as you exhale, allow the back to round and fold. Invite the head to grow heavy, back of the neck relaxed. And slowly walk your hands over to the right. So you're folding more over your right leg. Right nose moving in the right nose. Nose moving in the direction of your right knee. Slowly walk your hands back to center nice and gently and bring it over to the other side. Hands walk to the left. Nose moves in the direction of your left knee. And come back to your breath. And when you're ready, walk your hands back to center and start to walk them back towards your legs. Slowly rising back up. Shoulders stacked over hips, head stacked over shoulders. And we'll take this final moment in the class to pause. Notice how you feel now. What has changed, if anything, in your body, your hips, your back, and perhaps in your mind, from taking this time to slow down and to move. And then send a little gratitude to yourself for carving this time out of your day to practice some self-love and some self-care. And when you're ready, open up your eyes. I hope you enjoyed this class with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'd love to see you again at the next one. Bye-bye.